In our weekly webinars, I get asked this all the time. Can I sit on the fence in TOEFL Speaking Task 1? Okay. For example, can I say, it depends and talk about both sides? The short answer is no. Here's why. The question also came up in a recent TOEFL skills training workshop. In the teacher's guide here for descriptions of performance at various score levels in level 4, listen, topic development. Choice is clear. Choice is supported with ample and appropriate reasons. There's a clear progression of ideas. Your length and content must be appropriate to the task. In other words, you can't hedge here. You can't say it depends. Recall, TOEFL Speaking Task 1 is called a paired choice question, which means that you have a choice between two alternatives or two behaviors, right? Let's take a look at a couple of examples so you can see what I mean here. This is a real TOEFL Speaking Task 1 from my speaking score from the ETS Practice test. Prompt, listen.
Some people enjoy taking risks and trying new things. Others are not adventurous. They are cautious and prefer to avoid danger. Which behavior do you think is better?
So if you say, well, it depends. Some people like risk, but others prefer caution, so I'm not really sure. You haven't made a clear choice. That means you're not fully developing your response, and that could cost you points. I recently published a video related to this idea about wandering. In that brief 45 seconds that you have to reply, if you're trying to cover both sides at the same time or sit on that fence, you don't have enough time to develop your point of view. The same applies to this modern technology complexity question from our Boston test. Listen to the prompt.
State whether you agree or disagree with the following statement. Modern technology has made our lives more complex. Use details and examples in your response.
Now, if you go back and forth without a firm answer here, your response loses clarity and organization, and it means another low score. So, what's the best approach? If you want to acknowledge both sides, that's fine, but you must still choose one. For example, let's go back to the famous chores question from the ETS Test Prep test on my speaking score. Listen.
Do you agree or disagree with the following statement? Children should receive an allowance for performing household chores and helping out around the house.
Okay, so instead of saying, well, it depends, I can see the value of paying kids to do chores, but also the value of encouraging them to act independently or whatever, you're all over the place, you're wandering, and you haven't chosen a clear point of view, right? Say something like this. While both approaches have merit, I strongly believe that children should receive an allowance because it teaches them responsibility and money management skills. Something like that. Okay, so can you sit the fence? No. Choose a side, support it, and keep your response clear and structured. That's how you get a high score in TOEFL Speaking Task 1. If you want more TOEFL speaking tips, please hit the subscribe button and check out my other videos on how to boost your TOEFL speaking score with data-driven strategies. Happy practicing.